Can you believe we're already halfway through 2020? We realize that the COVID-19 pandemic has made this a very challenging year for you. Our entire team at Profi would like to thank you for your continued trust and support. It is truly our honor to serve as your trusted advisor. This video will be approximately 5 minutes, so I'd encourage you to please watch the entire video as there are several important updates we would like to pass along to you. The first of which is related to your 2019 income tax returns. As you know, the original April 15th filing deadline was extended by Congress until July 15th. In addition, your 2020 first and second quarter estimated tax payments were extended until July 15th. Our team is continuing to diligently work on completing your 2019 income tax returns. As we've discussed in the past, there are several tax law changes in the CARES Act that can have a direct impact on your 2019 tax return, as well as potentially prior year's tax returns. So we're being extra diligent to analyze each and every tax return to make sure we maximize any additional new opportunities presented by this legislation. If you have not received your 2019 tax return yet, please rest assured we are working hard to complete those as soon as possible. Next, I'd like to move into tax planning. For those of you that have worked with us for a number of years, you know that we are now entering the 2020 mid-year tax planning season. In a normal year, tax planning is not an exact science, as we are projecting and planning for the full year before the year is even halfway through. COVID-19 has presented a very unique set of challenges for 2020 tax planning due to uncertainties such as how quickly you're ramping up your collections back to pre-COVID levels, and also the continued fight in Congress to force the IRS to allow your PPP qualified expenses to be deductible on your 2020 income tax returns. However, we cannot allow this to prevent us from doing proper tax planning. Behind the scenes, our team has already begun preparing your 2020 mid-year tax projections. In the attached email, you will find a link to my calendar, as well as my senior CPA, Scott Goldring's calendar. Many of you already work with Scott, and he will be helping me this year in conducting the tax planning sessions. I want to make a few key points related to 2020 tax planning. Number one, the mid-year tax projections are highly subject to change due to the uncertainties I mentioned before related to PPP qualified expenses and your ramp up or recovery rate. Cash management is more vital than ever. Many of you have begun receiving our cash flow modeling, and we are highly encouraging you to build a 3-month cash reserve. My personal opinion is you may want to consider delaying your July 15th estimated tax payment. To me, having the cash on hand will provide a peace of mind that far outweighs any immaterial interest or penalties that may be assessed. This is a strategy that my partner Chris and I are implementing in our business, especially considering the recent spike in COVID levels. This does not mean that you should stop funding your tax savings account. Remember our philosophy: 40% of distributions must go into your tax savings account. Next, I want to move into a few tax legislation updates. The PPP application extension bill is on President Trump's desk for signature. This bill will extend the application deadline for PPP funds from June 30th until August 8th. If you have not already received PPP funds, there is still over $150 billion available in the original round of funding. Also, there is a small business PPE tax credit that has been proposed in Congress. This bill would allow a tax credit of up to $25,000 to dental practices for PPE, infection control equipment installation, and cleaning products and tools. The HEROES Act is also in Congress at the moment. There are several key components to this. An additional $1,200 stimulus check payment. The Emergency Money for the People Act would provide a $2,000 monthly stimulus check for up to 1 year. The Rent and Mortgage Cancellation Act would cancel rent and mortgage payments on your primary residence for up to 1 year. The Getting Back to Work Act would provide a payroll tax rebate for up to 80% of your payroll expenses. Finally, the American Tax Rebate and Incentive Program, or TRIP. Now, for those of you that know me, we love acronyms. TRIP would offer a $4,000 tax credit per adult. In addition, the White House is considering a $450 weekly bonus called the Back to Work bonus to encourage unemployed workers to return to work. Our team is actively monitoring all proposed legislation, and we will disseminate information as things progress. In closing, we want to wish you a very happy 4th of July holiday weekend. We hope that you are all able to unplug yourselves, take some time and relax with your family and friends. And if you're traveling, please be safe. We'll be in touch soon, and we look forward to talking.